You were watching Culcha on Carrie's Maggie TV.
What up, everyone? Karis Maggie here, and welcome back to another episode of Culture. Now, today I am here with my very good friend Santiago. He is going to be representing Mexico for us today, so let us welcome Santiago. Thank you for being here with me today.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. I am so excited to be talking to you today.
Man, like me and Santiago go way back. Like we've worked together. We actually did a play together as well. I'm gonna try and find the clip and put it in here because I sometimes go back to that play that we did together.
I
Like,
completely forgot about that. Oh my God, that's
yeah,
true.
that was so much fun though.
It was really fun.
I had fun. It was like a musical kind of thing. So like guys, we go way back, okay? So this is no stranger to me, and I wanted to have this conversation today with Santiago because just like me, you know, living in Newfoundland, and he actually still lives in Newfoundland and he's doing his thing up there. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Mexico, but in particular, we're going to be talking about Cinco de Mayo and Ucha. This is some tea because
Oh my God, I love it. I'm so ready.
I'm going to be shocked when you hear the information today. But before we go into that, you know how we do right on this channel and with this series, we're going to be talking about or finding out where Mexico is located, official language, and also recognizing any different ethnic groups that are in the country as well. So starting with where Mexico is located.
Well, Mexico is actually part of North America. People don't sometimes acknowledge that, but it's actually in North America. Now, it is considered part of Latin America because of the language that we share and the culture, but we are in North America. So we're the southern country in North America. And yeah, like our name, oh no, yes, Belize is. I was gonna say no. I know that Belize is our. We share a border in the south, and then the United States up north.
Nice. All right, and for the official language.
So the official language of Mexico is Spanish. It is, and some people think that like. I guess Mexico has its own dialect, of course. It's the same Spanish as you would like speak in Spain, but the dialect is different. So it's like, British English and American English. Same English, it's English. However, the dialect is different. But yeah, and Mexico is a colonized country. So there have been a lot of indigenous peoples. There are a lot of communities, and there are as well a lot of different dialects of these communities.
Okay, so could you tell us what some of those ethnic groups would be?
Yeah, so like for instance, there are a lot of Mayans. I don't know the pronunciation in English, but in Spanish would be los Mayas. And then obviously the Aztecs in the center part of Mexico. Then there are like smaller communities like Totonacas, Otomis. So there are a lot. Like I would say that there are like maybe over 100 different dialects from indigenous peoples. Yeah.
Wow. So when it comes on to Mexico, like I feel like Mexico is one of those countries that they just can't get a break. There's always negativity put towards them, and the only time there's anything positive is when people are talking about going to visit Cancun, which I mean, there's more to Mexico than just Cancun and Cinco de Mayo. So we need to get rid of those stereotypes that have been placed upon the country with everything that you hear in the media. So what are some things you would like to share, like bring to light about Mexican culture so that we can kind of have a different perspective of Mexico other than what mainstream media shows us?
Well, I think Mexico is a very diverse, very vibrant country. I need to acknowledge that I haven't been to every single state in my country because it's a big country. However, from my understanding of what is it that Mexico is as a country, is a very rich, diverse country with different people coming from all over the world. There is a lot of interaction between South American folks, and how that part of the culture is also embraced by Mexicans.
So let's get into the meat of this video, which is talking about Cinco de Mayo. So first and foremost, you told me something very interesting when I mentioned it to you. And tell me what you told me. Let's tell everybody what you told me.
Well, okay, folks, sit down. This might hurt a little. Cinco de Mayo is not a thing. It's not a thing. In Mexico, we do not celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Now, I am going to break it down and I'm going to explain what was Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. So Mexico fought for its independence in 1810. That's when they finally, we know the independence, and that was September 16th of 1810. That's when Mexico became independent from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of years later, 1962, I believe, yes, Cinco de Mayo, Mexico was having or was battling against one of the most powerful armies in the world, the French army. And they were having a battle called, it is known in Mexico as La Batalla de Puebla, or the war in Puebla.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened in 5th of May.
Oh, okay.
So, and that event is very significant for Mexicans, and especially at the time. That was 1862, and that was very significant because, like, the Mexican army defeated one of the most powerful armies in the world. I think it was around Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, it is a big, huge merit. However, that battle didn't grant us independence. We already had that in 1810.
Okay.
So when it is obviously a milestone because, Mexican army defeated the French. Of course, let's party for that. We were threatened to be invaded by the French. That was the second time, I think, that the French were trying to invade Mexico.
Wow.
But a year later, the French people actually invaded Mexico.
Ah.
So even though, so to me, obviously, as a Mexican and knowing all of this, it's like we're just celebrating a partial thing.
Victory.
It's just like a very small, very important victory. I'm not saying that it was not, but it was just like compared to what actually meant, it was not that big of a thing. Like when you celebrate independence, it's because you don't go back to the country that you separated from, right?
Yeah.
However, we are celebrating with Cinco de Mayo that, we won one battle.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense to me. So anyway, that is the story behind Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. So is it something that's right now more commercialized? Like, do Mexicans actually celebrate it, or is it more of like something like, for example, Christmas that's turned into a commercial holiday where it's just about the drinking and the tourists come on over for enjoying a good time? Like,
I can tell you, I think, I'm pretty certain about what I'm going to say, but I have never celebrated Cinco de Mayo in Mexico, ever. People around here celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and I'm like, enjoy your day. It's like, cool. What we celebrate is the Independence Day in Mexico.
Okay.
So
And
we
that's
celebrate September 16th.
Okay.
And we have like, even I think it's like, well, because Mexicans love to party, so it's like a longer celebration. It's like from the evening or the night of the 15th into the 16th, because that's when everything started. When Miguel Hidalgo y Cosilla went and rang the bell. It was on the 15th, and he was like yelling and saying like "Viva Mexico" and "Viva the independence" and "Let's be free from Spain." So that happened on September 15th. So in the evening into the 16th. So that's what we celebrate. So that is our like Thanksgiving, right? To us, that is like when we get together as families and we celebrate and we get a lot of, like we make really like tasty food, especially like for instance pozole. That is like a corn soup. Oh, delicious! I miss it so much. So anyway, and we have like tamales and tostadas. So that's what we celebrate. But Cinco de Mayo, girl, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so just to be clear, it's not something that is actually celebrated by Mexicans. Okay.
Nope.
Gotcha. Wow. Guys, if you're not mind blown today, like, and if you didn't learn something, like I learned something because now I know the actual Independence Day of Mexico, it's in September, and that Cinco de Mayo was more of something that was celebrated because of a victory they had. But to the Mexicans themselves, it's not something that they recognize. They recognize the independence more because that has more meaning to them than that battle. So, wow, insightful stuff. And you can only get this stuff here on Charismatic TV, guys. So make sure you subscribe.
Yes, and like and share.
Especially that, share, let people know about these things. And I would just like to thank Santiago for taking the time out to do this video with me, for being such a breath of fresh air, and just being I can't even explain it. Like, I'm so grateful right now. And just follow his work as well. I'm going to put it in the description and also on the screen if anyone is interested in seeing his work that he's going to be doing from the lens of a Mexican person. So thank you so much, Santiago.
Thank you, Maggie, for having me, and sorry for breaking and crushing your dreams about Cinco de Mayo.
It's fine. I've never celebrated it. It's just, every time it came up, it was something that I would see like on the media, like the news stations, for example, for the States, they would always be celebrating it. And they had like the hats, and what's they call the hats again?
The mariachi hat, the sombrero.
And I was like, that's a bit cringy, but I just wanted to know, like, what is the story behind Cinco de Mayo? So that's the
totally happy to do that. And I would encourage people now, especially today, that whenever they want to do a Taco Tuesday, I think they should go to a Mexican restaurant and support immigrants and support like Mexican products, as opposed to getting stuff from Taco or whatever, Taco Bell and Del Paso. Just if you want to have a Taco Tuesday, support a Mexican family.
Nice. That's a good plug right there. Yep. Best way to support the community is to actually buy from the community. So
exactly.
Great point there. Thank you so much for that, Santiago.
Of course, my pleasure.
For more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tune in every single Thursday for a new video here on Charismatic TV. Don't forget to do road and do things, and on to next time, Maggie is out.